On this beautiful morning in March, the last morning before we head into daylight savings and start enjoying longer days. Such a joy, brings such a joyful energy to the practice, knowing that tomorrow things feel a little more expansive, warm and open, that sunlight energy. And so with that in mind, we thought we'd work a little bit on something we call in yoga, inner body bright. So start by settling into your posture. And when it feels comfortable to you, close your eyes. Just feel the eyelids softly closing over the eyeballs. Relax the muscles around the eyes, knowing that we're going to be looking inward now, and that doesn't take any effort from those muscles. And let the jaw relax, keeping the lips just gently touching each other. Let the lower teeth, the teeth on the lower jaw, come away from the teeth on the upper jaw just a little bit, just a little bit. Let your legs and hips feel rooted in your seated posture, connecting to the earth, that descending and connecting energy that so nourishes us, like tree roots that grow down into the earth and then mingle with one another in that cool brown earth. And then like a tree trunk, let yourself stretch up to that beautiful sun, that life-giving sun, and the limitlessness of sky. And keeping your awareness inward, begin noticing your breathing, letting your lungs fill on your inhale and empty on the exhale. And find a rhythm and a pace that feels very natural to you, right? It's not about manipulation. It's about coming to a sense of taking things in deeply and letting things go completely, all in the cycle of one nourishing breath. Keeping this flow and rhythm going in your body, close off a bit of the back of the throat and keep breathing. But this sense that you're closing off your throat as if you were going to whisper to somebody, that'll make a little audible sound with your breath. Some people say it sounds like the wind in tree branches. Some people say it sounds like the ocean. But it's your breath, it's the air that we all share, moving in and out of your body in a relaxing way. And this breathing has a name, it's called Ujjayi breathing. And it's called victorious breathing or uprising breathing. So keep that moving, that audible sound, the filling, the emptying, keeping all of that going for the next few breaths. Take one more round here. And then you can let go of the Ujjayi, but keep the breath moving in and out in a very relaxed and sustaining way. Relax your ears, and especially the inner ears. I have something from the Radiance Sutras to share with you on this morning when we prepare to turn the clocks and enjoy a little more sunlight. This is Sutra number 20. Become absorbed in intense experience. Go all the way. Be drenched in the shimmering energies of life. Enter the illuminated world beyond separation. The light of a candle reveals a whole room. The rays of the sun reveal the whole world. So the light of your heart illumines your way. So breathe into your heart. Expanding. And with your next inhale, bring your hands palm to palm in Anjali Mudra in front of your lifted heart. Take a moment to set your intention for your practice this morning. What is it you would like to shine the light of your awareness on? Acknowledge it to yourself and repeat it to yourself. When your thought feels complete, take your hands down. Softly open your eyes up into your room and come onto all fours for cat and cow. Moving your bricks as needed. Getting things situated for your practice. When you're ready, line your hands up under your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the crown of the head. As you exhale, round your spine and tuck your chin. And go back and forth. Close your eyes perhaps and let your breathing move your body. Linking the breath and the body deeply and intimately, but allowing the breath to take the lead. So we get more familiar and have a deeper relationship with what easy, relaxed, deep breathing feels like to us. Take one more round here. And when you've completed this full cycle of cat and cow, come to neutral spine. And take your hands out a little bit further. Anchor your hips over your knees, keeping your toes tucked under. Begin walking your hands out and away from you. Really stretching the front of the chest here. Explore looking at the top edge of your mat, giving your neck a little cervical curve, giving that thyroid gland a little extra space here. Take a nice deep cleansing breath here. And then you're going to walk back in when that cycle of breath is complete, taking your time. Come on out into plank pose. Get nice and long. And we want to practice, plank, we want to practice stretching the heels back, pulling the abdominal wall in, and just shooting the heart forward ever so slightly. It'll be more of an energy than a physical motion. Stay here for just one breath. And then when that cycle of breath is complete, with your next inhale, lift up into downward facing dog. Begin pedaling your knees, rotating or flexing gently in the ankles. As you pull the abdominal wall up, imagine you're able to lift the tip of your tailbone a little bit higher towards your ceiling as your head hangs between your biceps. Press the front edge of your mat away from you. Again, that's more of an energetic than a lot of real physical movement. And then bring your feet close together, narrow stance for down dog. Lift the left heel high, sink your right heel, bend your knee, flex your ankle, pivot that left knee up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, come into plank and just hike your knee up towards your sternum. Press that right heel back and then set the left foot down. Lift up into downward facing dog. And you're going to lift the right leg high as you sink the left heel, then bend the right knee, pivoting that right knee towards the ceiling. Ankle is slightly flexed, hip flexor is twisting and opening. Arms are long and strong. As you exhale, come into plank pose again and just hike that knee up towards the sternum. Press the left heel back. Come back into plank pose. Lift up into down dog. And what I'd like you to do, yogis, is walk your hands back towards your feet. So you come to forward fold at the back of your mat. Now look at your toes and see if you need to make any adjustments so that all 10 toes are pointed exactly forward. And then hands to hips, come on up to standing. From here, we're going to do a little bit of work at the back of the mat, standing into Tadasana to start. So feeling the feet connected to the mat, to the earth, letting the spine find its full expression of length. Roll the shoulders. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, come to your heart center. And you may feel different already from just the first bit of our practice together. Feet really connected, spine lengthening, even the rib cage lifting off the digestive system for a moment. So just enjoy that and observe that in your body. From here, I'd like you to lift up and bend the left elbow, cup it with your right hand, bring it back and over towards your head. Root down, lift up. If any of you want to explore linking your fingers together, go right ahead and do that. Either way, you want to keep lifting up through that left elbow. As you exhale, release slowly, like you're swimming, Make a few motions, so good for the rotator cuff. Inhale, lift up, bend your right elbow. Now you're going to use your left palm to draw the arm bone back close to the head, but you keep that sensation of rooting down and rising up. And if your body kind of juts your bottom ribs forward, just pull them in and melt them down like butter melting in the warm sun. And maybe swing your left arm around to link fingers, but you don't have to. Stretching the elbow up, lifting the heart, melting that bottom rib down. And release. Go nice and slow. Again, slow motion, underwater, swimming sorts of movements. Good. And then come back to Tadasana. We're going to do some sunbursts together. And the last two classes, I've modified our sunburst. Someone gave me a really great idea. I'll do a quick demo and then we'll do a couple together. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift up and bow as we always do. But when we come up halfway, we're going to expand into wings rather than have hands down. Expand. Then we're going to take our bow and do the usual reverse swan dive up on our inhale and then hands to heart center. I think you'll really notice that almost like an expansive, illuminating feeling in the body when we do this. And since it's daylight savings weekend, we really need to dig deep into these sunbursts. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge at the hips as you dive deep. Inhale, swing up, big open wingspan. Exhale, deep bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Swing your body up and open. Exhale into your heart center. Inhale, we lift up together. Exhale, we dive deep together. Inhale, swing up, full expression of openness. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, reverse swan dive, swing up and exhale to your heart center. And take your feet to the edges of your mat there at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, interlace behind you. Really draw your arms long. Maybe you can touch the heels of your hands together or not. Maybe that's too intense. Open up the soles of your feet. Let the soles of your feet expand in all directions. Rooting down, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Draw your arm bones back behind you. And then with an exhale, half a fold. Come to your halfway fold. Lift your arms up. Sit back in your heels a little bit. Draw the heart forward. If you can, try pulling the abdominal wall up and lifting the crown of the head. Stay here for a round or two of your deep, full, relaxing breathing so you can be aware of complete fullness and complete emptiness. And draw yourself up to standing. Slowly release. Inhale, we lift up together. Exhale, dive deep together. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive, swing up. Exhale, come to your heart center here in Samastiti. Close your eyes. Is there brightening in the inner body here? Looking inwardly, noticing the energy, the shimmering. Things do become illuminated, right? The deeper we go, the more we're willing to close our eyes on our yoga mat, the more we see inwardly. Notice that energy, brightness. Sometimes it feels a little sparkly. Now, with your next exhale, open your eyes. And we're going to, from the back of the mat, inhale to lift. Exhale, bend your knees and crab walk down your mat into plank. Inhale into plank with your knees up or down, and then exhale to slowly lower. Take your arms beside you like wings, roll your shoulders back, lift up your legs one at a time to get them really long behind you, and then lift head, heart, hands, and maybe leg bones. Press the tips of your toes back as you lift your heart, your throat, your head, getting the heart chakra aligned with the throat chakra and the wisdom chakra in the forehead. Lifting and opening. Take another nice deep cleansing breath and release. So pick either child's pose. We haven't done that yet this morning, where you reach back. Or if you want something a little more energetic, try downward facing dog. But either counter pose, just check in with your low back. Notice how it's feeling. And remember, when we do back bends, they shouldn't cause discomfort. If it's painful at all, then that means you need to go a little less deeply into the back bends. Over time, we can go deeper and deeper, but there's no need to bring yourself into any discomfort. Now, either you're coming up from child's or down from downward facing dog, but we'll all meet in plank again and get nice and long and strong here. And then maybe knees down if you prefer, or leave your knees up, but lower. Elbows are tucked in nice and tight next to the ribs, not touching the ribs, but just right next to them. Now, lay your forearms down on your mat, lay the tops of your feet down, and lift your gaze. See if you can release in the shoulders. Now you're going to have your fingers spread apart like little rays of sun. Press the 10 fingertips into your mat. Lift your heart. Pull back isometrically. So you can really feel that warmth, the energy, that solar, right? It's like a kind of solar energy from inward. Let that radiate. Take a couple of nice, deep cleansing breaths here. lifting and opening. Now we're letting the heart energy be in control here. And release. When you're ready, you're going to move into downward facing dog or child's, whichever kind of suits you this morning. Take your cleansing breaths in your counter pose. Check in with your spine once again, and just noticing, not trying to make demands of the body, right? Just exploring, noticing, getting to know the energies of the body a little more intimately. Feeling the stretch, the shimmer, the glow within. And then either you're coming up from child's or down from downward facing dog, but we start together in plank. Some people will put their knees down, we lower together. Now, bring your thumbs back an inch or two. So, well, your whole hands, but maybe use your thumbs as a guide. Hug your elbows in, make sure the tops of your feet are down, and then press up into a nice deep cobra, one that suits your spine, keeping your elbows in. Press your 10-finger pads into the mat, pull back isometrically. Feel the warm, sparkly heart energy moving, filling the upper body, inner body bright. And then bring yourself up. Go nice and slow, giving the spine time to neutralize and receive the benefits. Hug your knees and inner edges of your feet to touch here, and then sit the hips back. You're going to bring your palms open to the sky and lay your head down. Relax the shoulders, and then lift the hips a little bit as you roll onto the crown of your head and give your spine a little traction. And then gently come back up. You're going to come right back out onto your mat and place your left forearm across your mat. And then bend your right knee and reach back for either your pant leg or the inner edge of your foot. So the reason I'm saying the inner edge, right, you're going to have to really pivot your hand around, because if we grab the outer edge, we're rolling our shoulder forward. But by searching for the inner edge, that arch side of the foot, the side with the big toe, we're opening the shoulder. And then you're going to turn your body forward again and just bring the heel towards the outer hip any amount. Try not to hang the head, lift your head, look forward, breathe deeply. For many of us, the quads get very, very strong, and that can also be tight. And so doing these deep quad stretches can bring a deep, deep release, even on an emotional level, to the body. So breathe deeply, not trying to make demands of the body, just allowing for a nice, sweet release. And when you're ready, let go. And we're simply going to do the other side. This time the right arm goes across for support. Bend the left knee, sweep back for the inside edge of your foot or your pant leg. Just depends on what your knees allow, what the proportions of your body are. And you're just going to gently, lovingly, like an embrace, not making something happen, but like an embrace to the body. Let the heel come gently towards the outer hip to whatever degree feels good to you. We want to think of our yoga practice as a loving practice for ourselves and others, and leaving challenge and leaving demands behind. And release slowly, release slowly. We're gonna work our way up into down dog. So if you'd like to do something that adds a little effort in, you can hug your elbows and push the front edge of your mat away, push the back edge of your mat away with the balls of your feet, and press yourself up. If you wanna come onto hands and knees and out into plank and then lift up, go right ahead. Do what makes your body feel good. Pull the abdominal wall up, sink the heels, head hangs. Just for a breath or two, take the feet to the edges of your mat and press your heart back. And then you're gonna walk your hands back so that you're in forward fold at the back of your mat. Sit back in the heels a little bit. If you feel like it's good for your hamstrings to bend your knees, go right ahead. Take opposite elbow here and swing around for just a breath or two in ragdoll. And then hands to hips, come on up to standing. We're gonna take dancer pose together. So for dancer, we're gonna do that same holding the inner edge of the foot again. Pick a foot to balance on, whichever you would like to start with first. You're gonna put the knee that's gonna bend where you're gonna hold the foot. Bring that, like you're hitchhiking, bring your thumb back. We want that big rotation, turning the upper arm bone in the rotator cuff. We want that, it's gonna open up everything here. And you're gonna take the inner edge of your foot and root down and rise up. And if you would like to hold on to a chair or a wall, go right ahead. Get yourself rooted, stay right here, or add a little movement as you explore, hinging at the hip and getting nice and long. Growing in every way. And then bend your standing knee to come on up. So a lot of you have heard me say this time and again, when we come out of postures where we've got a lot of weight going down, we bend that knee joint to just give it a little extra flexibility. Nothing rigid or clenched. Okay, other side. So again, remember the hand is gonna go out like you're hitchhiking so that when you bend your knee, you're capturing the inside edge of your foot. You're gonna root down, rise up, and then see if you want to add movement. And bend your standing knee to come on up. Inhale, we lift up together. Exhale, we dive deep together. Now crab walk down your mat. Inhale into plank and down dog as you exhale. Inhale, plank and down dog as you exhale. Inhale into plank and down dog. On your exhale, pause here, find symmetry, balance, that beautiful blend of effort and ease. Look at the center of your mat and hop yourself up and walk your hands back. Hands to hips, come on up to standing. And grab your bricks if you're using bricks today. Warrior 2 series here. So always gets the prana shakti flowing. So let's get ready to open up together, breathing and exploring together. So lift and spread the toes. And if that's difficult, if there's not a strong mind-body connection right now, for that, try spreading your fingers out and that'll help. And then you're gonna let the toes come down, lift the inner arches of the feet. Now inhale, lift the arms, and exhale, float the palms out, letting everything expand, making lots of room for your beautiful heart energy, inner body bright. See if you can squeeze your rhomboid muscles between your shoulder blades, squeeze those together. Pull the abdominal wall in. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Inner body bright. Light from the universe and light from within. What a joy to combine those two lights. Now, pivot the palms over, turn the left toes forward, bend your knee. Get long and strong in your back leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale into fearless warrior. Inhale, lift. Exhale into fearlessness. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fearlessness. Pause here for a round of breath. And then reverse your warrior. Peel open. Maybe look skyward if that feels okay in your neck. Exhale, take your forearm to your thigh bone and swing your arm overhead, starting to open up the whole right side body. And now we'll move with breathing. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, glide forward. Inhale, we come back together. Exhale, we cycle forward together. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, glide forward. Now pause here. If you feel like going deeper, go to your brick, go to your inner ankle, and give a nice big stretch. Push into your feet, cartwheel your way up. Exalted warrior, lift, lengthen, open up to the sun. Exhale, arms out from heart center. Pull the energy of that deep, dark earth right up into your solar plexus. So powerful. Now, glide this bright body forward. And then you can come again. Brick, mat, shin, whatever aligns you best. Rotate yourself open. Inhale, stretch your fingertips up. Exhale, take this hand down, somewhere on your inner shin. Inhale, sweep up to open. Exhale, drop down. Once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pulse down. Now this time, come on up. Bend your elbow, place your hand at your low back, roll the shoulder back. Make sure the forehead feels like it's a little bit above the chin and the throat is open, and lift the gaze. Now bend this forward knee, come all the way up to standing. We'll do everything on the other side. So toes pointed forward. Rooting down, rising up, come into Urdhva Hastasana arms, this joyful lifting. Root down, rise up. Close your eyes if you feel like it to just get that sense of what's happening. The movement of energy in the body, inner body bright. When you're ready, open your eyes softly and let the arms come down, taking up lots of space, right? Getting ready to really expand and open up. Right toes turn, knee bends. And then we want to inchworm the back foot around till we get really long and strong in our back leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fearless warrior. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale into fearlessness. Inhale, we lift up, life on life's terms. We open up to that. And then we practice fearlessness. Take a breath, gazing over your right fingertips. And then reverse warrior. Peel your body open. Heart is open. Rib cage is getting a little extra movement that it might not get. And then as you exhale, place your forearm on your thigh bone, roll your shoulder back, swing your left arm over your ear. Start the cleansing process, the movement of prana shakti in the meridians. And we'll move with breathing. Inhale, we sweep back together. Exhale, we glide forward together. Inhale, draw back. And exhale, glide forward. One more time here. Inhale, back. Exhale, bring yourself forward and find new length. Stay right here if this feels really good to your body this morning, or hand to brick or inner ankle for a little deepening, pivoting gaze skyward if that's okay for your neck. Take a nice deep cleansing breath here. And with the following inhale, press down into your feet to lift and open the body. Lift the heart, lift the gaze, let the head roll back. Opening towards the sun, and then spreading the arms out. Pull the energy of that Pada Bandha, our individual connection to the earth, from the deep, dark, mysterious earth. Pull it up and then glide. Swing this body forward gently and then lift the left arm skyward. Find just the right place for your right hand to embrace. Left arm lifts. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep the hand down. Inhale, lift to open. Exhale, sweep down. Inhale, lift to lengthen. And exhale, bow. This variation on a bow. Inhale, lift to open. And then bend your elbow. Place the back of your hand in your low back. Roll your shoulder back. And bend your knee to come on up to standing. Turn the toes. Wide-legged posture. Inhale, we lift up together. Exhale, we dive deep together. Inhale, lift up halfway and expand. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Swing on up. Exhale, come to your heart center. Come to Samastiti with wide open legs. Once more. Root down, rise up. Take a nice deep breath and notice the relationship of breathing to being and how that creates inner body bright, that radiance from within. Each of us sending our energy, our warmth, our light out into the world. And we can do that when we have this intimate knowledge of what's going on inside of us. You can release your hands and open your eyes, heel toe in a bit. You can step your feet together. You can hop your feet together. We're going to come into eagle pose together. So eagle pose is the one where we bend one knee. Remember, it's always good to have nice bouncy joints, right? Rather than having clenched, rigid. We want a little bounciness in our joints available. And then the other foot is going to come either toe up, toe down, or toe around. And then once you're rooted, create a nice big wingspan. Flying through clear blue sky. And then hands to heart center. We're going to do the other side. Maybe sometimes a little wind current comes, rocks you. That's fine too. That happens. It's a windy day here. Windy morning. Bend your knees. And other leg, toe up, toe down, or toe around. Once you're rooted down, open up your wings and fly. fly through the clear, blue, limitless sky. Keeping your heart lifted. And then hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, nice deep bow. Stay in your bow for a breath or two. Allow yourself to come into your favorite form of forward fold. And then hands to hips. Come on up to standing. And before we go into our next little series, let's take time just to get that broadening once more. Interlace, root down through the feet, draw the knuckles back, and then simply, with all the energy that's kind of rushing up the body, lift the heart and roll the head back. Take a nice deep breath. And release. Now, if you have 2 blocks this morning, take them, put them on the high setting at the top of your mat. You're going to step your left foot between the bricks. And if you're not using bricks this morning, that's fine. Just step your left foot forward. And you're going to step your right foot way back, and your hands can be at your bricks, or your hands can be on the floor, either one. You can adjust the height of your bricks if that helps. But we're going to inhale, lift the heart and the head, getting the back leg strong and straight, getting long here. Exhale, take a nice deep bow over the front leg as you straighten it. Inhale, sweep forward and lift. Exhale, deep bow. 3 more. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, deep bow. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, deep bow. Last one. Inhale, sweep forward to lift and open. Exhale, take a nice deep bow over your front leg. Drop your back heel a little bit. Then draw the right hip forward, the left hip back. Take a nice deep breath if you like. Sometimes in this posture, we put the heel, we dig down with the heel and we lift the toes. Feel free to do that too, if you'd like. And then you're going to bend your knee, put that foot down, and we're going to skateboard that right foot up. And again, if you're using bricks, you can put them there. And you're going to step the left foot way back, get into your posture. Might want to lay the bricks at different height. Or if you're not using bricks, you can take your hands right down to either side of the front foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, bow. 3 more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, draw forward. And exhale, bow. Last one here. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, bow. Now, once you're in your bow, drop the back heel down a little bit. Draw the left hip forward, right hip back. Let the head hang. And maybe push in with the right heel to lift the toes. And then you're going to bend that right knee, placing the foot down. Skateboard your left foot up to meet your right foot. Hands to hips. Come on up to standing. Now take a hold of your blanket if you'd like to use it for a lunge. We're going to do 1 lunge together. You can use it for padding if you'd like. And then if you've got your blanket arranged, step behind it so that you're looking down at it. Inhale, we lift up. And exhale through heart center. Walk all the way down into the mat so that you're over your padding. Inhale, plank, down dog as you exhale. Inhale into plank, down dog on your exhale. Once more, inhale into plank and down dog on your exhale. And then set your knees down. Then we're going to take Anjane Asana together, coming into oh, how wonderful. So right knee is on your blanket, and maybe take the top of your left foot, or pardon me, your right foot down, and step your left foot forward quite a bit here, quite a bit. We want to give room because we're going to move the hips forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift up nice and high. Exhale, draw the hips toward the front heel. Lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring your elbows down and pull them back behind the upper body and dial the palms out to the sides. Lifting, lengthening, and opening. Let the head roll back. And release. Go nice and slow here, letting that whole inner body get bright. So now the left knee is back, the top of the foot is on the floor, right foot is out a lot. You want to give one of those glider swings, you want to give room for a complete glide. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, drop the hips towards the front heel. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, bring your elbows alongside your rib cage and then even behind your rib cage. And peel the palms open. Let some of the weight of your skull roll back. Inner body bright, absorbing, cleansing, opening. Open to receive, open to give. It's a dance we do all day, each day. And release. Go nice and slow here, yogis. Bring your feet or your knees back. You can put your blanket to the side if you are using it. Come on out. Lift up. Now once you're in your down dog, look at the center of your mat, bend your knees, hop to the center, walk your hands back. Let the crown of the head drop, come hands to hips, and swing on up to standing. Grab one brick if you're using one this morning and put it along the long edge of your mat. Come into wide-legged posture with your toes pointed forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Now, when you get down here, just notice what setting of the brick, high, medium, low, or just the floor, brings your spine into a place where you feel very parallel over the floor of your room. And that's where you want to be. Now, keep your right hand on the brick. Take your left hand to your hip, and then begin rotating open to the left side of your room. You can stay right here, kind of getting that energetic feeling of tailbone back, maybe a little extra weight in the heels, heart, collarbones, head being tugged forward. And maybe you lift your left arm, but if that's too much of a distraction, you don't have to stick with it. And then maybe pull the right hip up if it sank down a little bit. And release, go super slow. Inner body bright, right hand to hip. Now you're going to get super long and stretchy in the spine. And then just begin rolling your heart and lungs and throat open to the right side of your room, Maybe you lift your right arm, knowing you don't have to if that doesn't feel good to your shoulders or your spine. And you're going to open up and lengthen, and then maybe, just maybe, lift that left hip up a little bit. Things get complex in a hurry, don't they? And release. Nice and slow. You can put the block aside. Here we go. Nice deep fold. And then rocking back into the heels, swing the arms up and hands to heart center. One more time, close the eyes, inner body bright. And let that illumine your way. And then hands down, you can step or hop your feet together. We're gonna come to seated twist together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow. Come out into plank pose. Set the knees down. Walk your knees up towards your wrists. I'm getting one step ahead. Sorry, yogis, come back with your hands and knees and step your knees just an inch or two behind your hips for barrel rolls. Now spread your fingers out nice and wide and then begin moving the rib cage in big circles. Close your eyes here, letting all the muscle fibers roll in this circular motion. The hips get a little bit involved, certainly the spine, the sides of your waist, the shoulders. When you come up to the top of your next barrel roll, reverse direction, going the other way, keeping the eyes closed. You can really feel the bones, the muscles, the fascia, the tendons and ligaments all getting moved and rotated around. And then when you come up to the top of your next circle, find a neutral spine and now walk the knees up towards the wrists. Cross the ankles, come on over, and if it's available in your body, take your left heel to your left hip. And if that's too much bend on the left knee, simply straighten the left leg right out in front of you. Step your right foot across, and then maybe give a little lift so you can sit right in the center of this posture. Hold your knee with your left arm. Swing your right arm behind you. Lift nice and high through the crown of the head. Spin your chin towards your back shoulder. Close your eyes. Pull the abdominal wall in and press your spine one step deeper into your core. Breathe deeply. Feeling the sparkly embers of energy in the body. As you exhale, come to center. Bring your right hand to your ankle. Swing your left arm around behind your waist. Roll that left shoulder back. Lift up high through the crown of the head and turn the chin towards the back shoulder, maybe halfway, maybe all the way, whatever's comfortable in your body. Find something to hold a nice, soft, loving gaze at. And unwind to center. Again, so nice to take time to go slow and notice. Just notice the body, the energy, all the meridians are sending all the prana shakti around the body as we go through these postures. So either the right leg is straight or you hike the right heel up by your hip, left foot steps across. I always like to give a little lift just so I know I'm in the center because it's so asymmetrical, right? It's nice to start out from a place of being centered. Hug your knee. Swing the left arm around behind, roll the shoulder back, and simply turn the chin and close your eyes. Imagine I have a little string attached to the crown of your head, and I'm pulling it ever so gently towards your ceiling. Pull your abdominal wall in, and then press your spine one step deeper into your core. And feel that warm, glowing energy. There's a big meridian, actually 3, but the biggest of all. Those 3 big meridians with the king size meridian in the center, they run right in front of your spine. They're bringing the prana shakti right up the body. With your next exhale, simply unwind slowly. Let your left hand hold your ankle. Roll the right shoulder back. Bring your right hand around behind you. And just find something to have your gaze gently rest on. And come back to center. Release, go nice and slow. We're gonna bring the heels out in a little jiggling, maybe a little twisting. Now roll the shoulders back, really shove the heels forward. Place your hands next to your hips. Your thumbs might even be a little bit beneath your hips. Push forward, close your eyes, lift your heart, pull the abdomen in. Take a couple of breaths here. Inner body right. And softly open the eyes. Take a brick, if you're using one, put it over where your head will be in Shavasana. Then you're going to come here on your mat and lie down with bent knees. Lift your arms straight up overhead, palms facing each other. And then begin bending your elbows till you get a sweet release in the shoulders and the arms. Take the soles of your feet together, knees off to the sides, close your eyes. With all the energy and light and awareness of it in the body this morning, just see how good it feels to breathe deeply and have space for energy, have space for digestion, the organs, the heart, the throat. Might feel like it's good to pull the chin away from the sternum just a tiny bit, allowing everything its space for physical being and energetic being. Notice how you're feeling. And bring your knees up to touch. Feet are on the floor. And just send the knees to the right, but keep your shoulder blades on your mat. Come back to center. Feet on the floor or on the mat. Swing the knees to the left. Shoulder blades both stay on the mat. Come back to center. Hug your knees in, fingertips under your knee joints. Roll your nose up towards your knees, lifting your shoulder blades off the mat. Roll your ankles in one direction and then the other. And then lay the head down. Put the feet down on your mat and just place your arms alongside your body, palms open to the sky. Just feel the support beneath you and the warmth and energy within. Take a moment to connect with that energy. It's prana shakti, heart energy, the glow that lights your way. And just know that you can bring this shining, relaxing warmth with you wherever you go today. And it can be part of whatever you do today. When you're ready, you're going to lift your hands up and take your brick and put it behind your hips and take a full body stretch over your brick. Imagine that you're just able to drape your body over the brick. Interlace your hands and pivot your palms to the back, stretching all the fibers in the front body. Stay here as long as you would like. If it's feeling really good to you and you want to stay a few more breaths, go right ahead. Whenever you're ready, you're going to swing your arms gently down, palms open to receive next to you. And then you're going to bend your knees. Let your big toes get very light on your mat and lift your legs skyward. Allow for the fluids of the body to rinse. It's a very healthy cleansing practice. Letting the good energy of prana shakti be carried throughout the body. And then at the end of our practice, letting the lymphatic fluid that's there for deep inner cleansing rinse the body out. Let your heart feel supported on the earth. And let this fluid just wash away what isn't needed. And then when you've had enough of this inversion, you're just simply going to arrange yourself for Shavasana. But don't let me rush you. You take as much time as you need in these final postures. And then when the time comes for Shavasana, arrange your body comfortably on your mat, preparing to receive all that you've done in your practice. Preparing eventually to share in a guided meditation. But in this moment, bring yourself to a sense of openness, inner body bright.
Resting softly, noticing breathing. Resting softly, noticing breathing, easy flow, inhalation and exhalation, body sinking, rising peacefully, quieting as your mind flows also. Returning softly. Everything released. Nothing forced. Breathing, relaxing. Spine straight. Shoulders relaxed and back. Posture aligned. Noticing fingers, toes, sensation. While the soft light within your eyes, behind your eyes, gentle light, blanketed, resting now, possibly counting your exhalations or not. You're returning peacefully to the brightness and the calm of your interconnected and touching mind, body, spirit, flowing energy in the silence and the grace of this moment, yours, ours. The rhythmic flow of your breath, the steady beating of your heart, somehow calming your constant mind while accepting and noticing your mind. And allowing your intention to rise within your mind. Maybe your intention for right now or something you carry. An intention you carry into your action that doesn't even become forced as it links to kindness and openness and peacefulness, resilience, and yes, courage and strength. While the deep, abiding peacefulness of this moment in your breath and your pure beating heart flows and rises as your body sinks so peacefully within the grace of what you practice. Breathing in silence, noticing your mind. Balanced with heartbeat and that slight glowing light of the warmth within your heart, that flame while everything rests softly within your peaceful, good-hearted intention. That peaceful, good-hearted intention that you, which you carry forth mindfully within your waking life, your active life, empowered by your resting life right now, breathing, sinking and rising. So peaceful. The cool air on your face, the warmth of your body, the soft light within your eyes, the steady sound of your own breath, breathing the pure fragrances that surround you, the soft light within your eyes, the gentle sounds, the pure fragrances, and your face rests, your body rests, and especially your face rests, and your lips lightly touch, tongue touching the roof of your mouth to taste, while your fingers and toes and your arms and your legs and the long sweep of your body and the mosaic of your organs continue on the earth, sinking into the earth like the mountain of your body that's so pure and strong and quiet, the mountain on the earth and the slowly flowing water of late winter skims with the cold reflection of a season, or the roar of the ocean, the flow of the water that rises into the air that you breathe, that we breathe and touches us and reaches everything in all directions, past any definition, into the universe, into the sky, as blue, as reflection, and as infinite as the heavens, the earth, the air, the water, and of course that light, the fire, the sun, your heart. As that swirl of being rises right from your core, that swirl of invisible light that reaches everything as it reaches you, ancestors, forebears, the trees and the birds, your beloveds, all beloveds. Energy rising right from your heart, and within your heart, allow that intention to come to your mind as we feel the embrace of the release, of our being into some kind of emptiness that is so purely connected with all you love, softly noticing, breathing. the light, the light.
With your next inhale, lift your arms overhead and give yourself a full body stretch. And get comfortable on your mat. Take a moment to look inward once again. Notice breathing and being with inner body bright. And then bend your knees, roll to your right, and make your way up into a closed-eyed, seated posture on your mat. Rooting down and rising up. On one of your next inhales, lift your hands palm to palm in front of your lifted heart in Anjali Mudra. Then take a moment to consider the intention you set for yourself at the beginning of your practice. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, yogis. We wish you a very happy daylight savings weekend. The light in John and me shines on and honors the beautiful light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.